So what does trance mean to me? It's a state of mind, it's a feeling, it's that feeling when you are dancing and you forget that you're dancing. You're just completely in the moment and you forget everything around you, where you are, and you're just locked into the zone. It's a moment when you're just locked into the groove and you forget you're dancing. That's what trance is to me. So the world is about to end and I'm organising a party. And what DJs would I book? Well, obviously VII. And I'd bring in, some of my favourite psychedelic trance guys. I'd have the whole journey, you know. For me, it's about having the whole experience. It's not just one kind of music. I'd have it all, even after the party, to have after party music, you know, something where it's not so full on crazy. Or maybe that's what we want for the after party. Maybe we want to blast it out, but to have the whole journey, shall we say, of music. And that's what I'd be booking for the end of the world. But if it was going to be the end of the world, it would be one hell of a party. What is your greatest fear? I guess the fear is everything just sort of ending tomorrow, living in this amazing, for me, dream job, lifestyle, everything, just for it just to suddenly finish tomorrow and be over. I think that's every DJ's fear. It's just the fear that, you know, you're doing your dream job, might be over tomorrow, you know. But I think that's also keeps everyone on their toes, keeps everyone focused and driven in this job, you know. My earliest memory, I think, was probably at school. Probably because I had a rough time, just getting bullied by the bigger kids and just having a really hard time. I think that was probably, I remember it because it was it was a really tough one. I was always in the uncool crowd. Even at my earliest years, I remember I was never really popular in school. So I think, those memories are not nice memories, but it also makes you who you are, those sort of stuff. Have I ever said I love you and not meant it? Not that I can remember. It's a big words, I love you, but you know, I think to get those words out of me, it's the real thing. So if I say it, I mean it. What is my guiltiest pleasure? I've got many guilty pleasures, like eating loads of food when I shouldn't, when I'm touring. Guilty pleasure. What is my guilty pleasure? Jeez, I don't know. I can't think of it at the top of my head. What is my all-time favourite movie? I love the classics: Goodfellas, Scarface, Limitless is for one of the new ones. There's many, the Total Recall. I mean, I love the older movies, I've got to be honest with you. The movies I grew up on, they're my favourite. I love all these new blockbuster ones, but I'm more of a series guy, to be honest with you. Breaking Bad, that's my kind of thing. I love that series. I'm all about series because you get to know the character more. If I could change one thing about the world, what would I change? No wars, just no violence, basically. This is it for me, peace, no wars. That's what I'd change. What is the most important lesson life has taught you? That is a serious question, isn't it? Treat others how you would want to be treated. I think this is something I always come back to. This is something I believe in. In a film about your life, who would play you? I'd probably, just for the comedy factor, I'd say Bradley Cooper, because people think I look like him or he looks like me, so that kind of cracks me up a bit. So that would be the answer, just because I think it would be really, really funny. I can't actually see the resemblance myself, but I'm being stopped, you do not know how many times, thinking, people coming up to me, are you Bradley Cooper, are you Bradley Cooper? I've even pulled it off in a clothes shop, being him, just to get a discount on a jacket. True story, that was in Hollywood. I've been asked that many times that people think I'm him. You're only allowed one alcoholic drink for the rest of your life. What would you choose? I like mezcal. I'm all about mezcal margaritas. Just give me mezcal. That's my party drink. That's what I like to do. If you were an animal, what would you be? I would be a lion, for many reasons. My name, actually, Leon, means lion in Spanish, and that's my spirit animal, shall we say. Which track from your back catalogue best defines you or your sound? Maybe Rise Up, I would say. Another Dimension is my personal favourite. Tracks like Out There were the ones that established my sound all these years ago. But I think, to be honest, Another Dimension is the original sort of underground sound that I was inspired from. This track I created. This is what I feel is really defines my sound, and it's my sort of personal favorite. When did I last cry and why? Wow, that's a personal question. When I got back together with my girlfriend. This was a very emotional experience, one of the happiest experiences as well. So I would see it as tears of joy. If I wasn't a DJ producer, what would I be? I mean, I went to 4 universities and I got kicked out of 2, dropped out of 2. I went through many different searching to do what I really wanted to do, and I always loved music, and that's what I always loved, but I never believed I could do it. So I did it, and I made it happen. You can, I really believe you can do anything you want if you put your mind to it. But let's just say it didn't work out, the music. I'd be working in a record company. I worked for Virgin. I was doing A&R. I was in the record industry, and when I quit that, I then got into actually being on the other side. Actually being the musician myself, but I was always behind the scenes in music, doing A&R, marketing, PR. This is what I was sort of trained to do, and this was my job before this, so I guess I would have stayed doing that, but I'm glad I didn't. What is your favourite country to travel in? I think, my most amazing travels I've ever had was trekking in the Himalayas. There's something really special about the mountain, in Nepal, going through the mountains. I climbed the Himalayas. It was one of the most amazing experiences of my life. The travels, I'm really connected to the mountain. Otherwise, I loved my times through South Africa, Australia, the list goes on. Even places like Japan, I've traveled all around. Brazil, there's many, but if it talks about an individual experience, it was Nepal, trekking the Himalayas. What is your best party memory from Amsterdam? I was going to say ADE, because I was there at ADE just recently. It was mind-blowing, this huge warehouse party. But when I first got into trance music, we're talking about 2000, I was going to these underground squat parties in Amsterdam back then. And there was a place called Amstel Squat, and the parties would go on for 48 to 72 hours. And you'd go in, you'd get the stamp, and everyone would cycle into the party. You'd cycle home, you got the stamp in your hand, you go back the next day, it's still going. These buildings were amazing. They'd have like big warehouses with windows on the top, daylight coming through, so it feels like you're in this outdoor festival vibe with the natural daylight. You'd have 5-6 rooms of music. This is when I first discovered these underground parties, and they were in Amstel Squat. There's another one called like the Elf, and these were legendary parties. They don't happen anymore after a fire in one of the buildings, so the authorities clamped down on these illegal raves. But for me, they were the best parties in Amsterdam. There used to be these underground illegal warehouse parties and squat parties. They were the best. Name 3 tracks. I'm playing at the VII party in Amsterdam. 100% I'm playing. It's got to be Universal, which was my last release on VII. Really love this track. It's actually a personal favorite of mine as well. I am going to play new album tracks. I'm definitely going to be playing Rise Up. Seems to be a favourite with some of my VII fans. And what else would I play? Yeah, it'd probably be another track off the new album, maybe another Dimension. I mean, I'm going to give you lots of the new tracks. And since then, I've made another 2-3 tracks, very special ones. I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag yet, but yeah, I've got lots of new stuff lined up for the VII party, which I can't wait for. So you guys better be there and get your asses there, because it's going to be a special one. And I'm looking forward to that really soon.